So I'm going to teach now budget constraint because this topic is important for CUT exam, also for NET exam. Okay, now come to the topic. First, what is meant by budget constraint? So we know the meaning of constraint. Constraint means some limitations or some restrictions. But what is meant by budget constraint? See, budget constraint is means that spending your money within your income, not beyond your income. That is called budget constraint. For example, if you are going to any supermarket, you are spending your income not beyond your income. You will also not equal to your income. So you spend your pocket money or the money what you have in your hand, you used to spend within the income. That is called budget constraint. If you're spending the money what you have within the income, or known as budget constraint. Okay, definition of budget constraint: the total amount of goods consumed or purchased by the consumer within their income is known as budget constraint. See, budget constraint of the consumer, that the equation of this budget constraint can be written in the form of P1 x1 plus P2 x2 less than or equal to M. It means that whether you spend less than your income or equal to your income, that is called what? Budget constraint. Here P1 is price of good one and x1 is how much you consume. P2 is price of good 2 and x2 is how much good you are going to consume. That is called the meaning of this variables, and M here is represented as income. Okay, I have given example. I have taken x1 as milk and x2 as every other goods. Every other goods means except milk, every goods whatever in the world. For example, like tomatoes, vegetables, stationery items, food items, accessories, like whatever goods in the world, that is called other goods. It is also called as composite good. So x1 is particular goods on which we are consuming our income. x2 is some other goods or all other goods. Price of milk is ₹2 and price of other good is 1 and income is 100. Now consumer is consuming 20 units of milk and 60 units of other goods. So if you substitute these units in the equation, you will get the amount what you have consumed is equal to your income. This is called budget line. Why this is called budget line? See, budget line and budget sets are quite different. Budget line means you're spending all your income on that commodities. For example, if you have ₹100, you're spending entire ₹100 on that two commodities. That is called budget line. But budget set is you're consuming your money within your income, not beyond your income, is known as budget set. But budget constraint means spending your not beyond your income. You're spending your money like below your income or equal to your income is just budget constraint. But budget set is spending your money below your income is known as budget set. You can see here the diagram of budget set. The x-axis is considered as horizontal intercept and y-axis is vertical intercept. Okay, what is meant by horizontal intercept and vertical intercept? See, if you are spending all your income on good 1, then it is referred as M by P1. That is called as horizontal intercept. If you are spending all your income on good 2, that is known as M by P2, which is referred as vertical intercept. And the green line is budget line, and slope of this budget line is minus P1 by P2. So I'll explain why it is minus P1 by P2 later. See, the this region which lies below this budget line are known as budget set. Budget line is the set of bundles that cost exactly equal to M. The price of the two commodities which is equal to your income, that is called budget line. But if the price of the commodity or the commodity what you consume below your income is known as budget set. That is why it is lying below the budget line. So one question here. How budget line equation changes when all income spent on good? Friends, like if you know the answer for this question, just comment below. Okay. Rewriting budget line equations. I have rewritten this equation as x2 equal to minus p1 x1 by p2 plus m by p2. Okay, why I have rewritten this equation? Any idea? Okay, I have rewritten this equation in order to show the slope of budget line and intercept of budget line. Okay, here you can see here that this is the equation of budget line. So if you want to find the intercept of good 2, you should you have to keep this p2 x2 in right side, and you should move this p1 x1 into p2 x2 in left side, and you have to move this p1 x1 into right hand side. So if you do this, so if you people are very good in mathematics, it's very simple to do. This method is very simple and it's easy. So if you are at least know the basic mathematics, you can do this, or you can rewrite this equation. So like when you transform this p1 x2 into right hand side, it will become m minus p1 x1 and p2 x2. So if you want to find intercept of good 2, or you are consuming your income on good 2, just keep the x2 in the left hand side, because you're going to find intercept of what, or because you're going to give importance to good 2, not on good 1. So if you're doing that, then you should keep this x2 in left hand side. Then just bring this p2 will become denominator when you bring, because it is in the multiplication form. So if you're moving this p2 in the right hand side, it will become division, that will become m by p2 minus p1 x1 by p2. Then you will get the equation of x2 is equal to minus p1 x1 by p2 plus m by p2. So it is of the form y equal to mx plus c. So you know what is meant by mx plus c. So what is meant by mx? See, this is the equation of line. Mx plus c is equation of what? Line. So here this mx minus p1 by p2, that is minus p1 x1 by p2 is in the form of mx. M by p2 is in the form of c. What is meant by m and what is meant by c? X and y are variable. Here m is slope, c is intercept. So in this equation, minus p1 by p2 is slope, m by p2 is what? Intercept. So from this equation, now you come to know how you will get how the slope will be minus p1 by p2. So mathematically the slope will be this is the meaning of why the slope is minus p1 by p2. If you want to know mathematically, but theoretically the slope is minus p1 by p2 because you cannot consume both the goods in same quantities. For example, if you're consuming good 20 units, of course you will consume good 2 lesser than 20 or more than 20. So you cannot consume both the units at same quantities. Because of that, it is kind of a opportunity cost. To consume one unit more, you have to sacrifice the other unit. Sacrifice not complete, you will not sacrifice completely, but you will reduce the goods of some other goods to in order to consume or increase your good one. For example, if you want to consume more of good one, then you will reduce the consumption of good two. That is why it is what the slope is minus P1 by P2. Okay, next is shift in budget line. See, budget line shift in various cases. If income increases, the budget line shift outward, and income decreases, the budget line shift inward. Okay, why budget line shift outward if income increases? It's a basic things that everyone can grasp or everyone can understand why it shift outward if income increases. See, if you have rupees 100, suddenly if your income increases to 150, of course you people will consume more amount of goods than before. Then what happened? Your budget line will shift outward, not inward. Outward means your budget line increases. It is shifting outward. That is what outward shift. See here in this diagram. First, income is rupees 48 and income increases to 48 to 54. Because of increase in income, first the consumer is spending all their income on good one. That is M2 by P1. What is M1 is initial income, M2 is final, that is changed income. So consumer is spending his income 54, every income on good one, his every income on good one. So M2 by P1 is equal to X1. So the formula for X1, for example, if you are spending all your income on any one good, then you have to calculate like that. You have to do calculation only in this form. If you want to find X1 units, then you have to calculate by doing this equation, that is M2 by P1. M2 is 54. Then P1, what is the price of good one? Rupees 2. So if you divide, you will get 27. So before you consumed how much? See, before you consumed what? 24 units. And after your income has increased, you are consuming 27 units. And same goes to good 2. When you spend all your income on good 2, you will consume how much unit? 18 units. Before you have consumed 16 units. After your income has increased, you are consuming how much? 18 units. Because of this, see, 16, 24, 18, 27. Because of this reason, the budget line shift outward. And similarly for the budget line which shift inward. Why budget line shift inward? Because income decreased from what? 42 to 48. Sorry, 48 to 42. First you have income 48 and the income has decreased to 42. After your income has decreased, you will consume very less. Because of that, the budget line shift what? Inward. See, first you have consumed how much? How much unit of X? You have consumed 24 units of X1 and 16 units of X2. After your income has decreased, you are consuming how much? 21 units of X1 and 14 units of X2. This is the reason why budget line shift inward and outward. Okay. Next, the budget line shifts due to change in price. See, but the shape of budget line is not same as in the case of income. Because if income changes, only you will spend or you will increase your consumption of both the goods. But this will not applicable in the case of price changes. See, if price of good one changes, what happen? If price of, if you see here, the price of good one increases. If price of good one increases, you will consume less amount of good one. It means that first you are how much you was consuming. You were consuming 24 units of good one. After the price has increased, you were consuming how much? You were consuming only 16 units of good one. So the budget line is steeper. It means that it pivot inward. It has pivoted inward. Also, if the increase in price of good 2, if price of good 2 is increases, then your good one okay. So if price of good one increases, so if price of good 2 increases, and the good one, the amount of good one which the money which you spend on good one will be constant, but you will decrease the consumption of what? Good 2, because see the in this diagram, if good one price changes, you will change your consumption only on good one, not on good 2. You will not affect your consumption on good 2. Similarly, if price changes in good 2, you will only change the consumption of good 2, not good 1. Your consumption on good 1 remains same. So if price increases, a common thing according to law of demand, if price increases, your demand will decreases. So if price increases on good 2, you will decrease your consumption on good 2 from 16 units to 12 units. Similarly, if your price increase on good 1, you will decrease your consumption from 24 units to how much? 16 units. That is why the budget line shift like this. Also, decrease in price of good 1 and good 2. If price of good 1 decreases, also if the price of good 2 decreases, what happen? So similarly, what I have told it, in case of increase in price, see, if price of good 1 decreases, you will increase the consumption of good 1, but your consumption on good 2 remain constant. You will purchase the same amount of commodity, but you will increase the consumption of good 1 from 24 to 48 units. Similarly, if your price of good 2 decreases, you will increase the consumption of good 2, but your consumption on good 1 remain constant. So this is what M by P1. So how to find the units? See, if the formula for finding units of good 1 and good 2 is, if you want to find the units of good 1, that is M by P1. If you want to find the units of good, that is M by P2. Okay. Next topic is, what is numeric good? Numeric. What is numeric? When we set, like, numeric means you are setting any price as 1. Setting any commodity price as 1 is known as numeric price. See, for example, divide 3. In this divide this equation by 3. You will get x1 plus 2x2 equal to 100. Here x1 is numeric. Why? Because x1 price has now become 1. See, it is not only applicable in the case of price, it also applicable in the case of income. For example, if you are dividing this equation by 300, the income will become 1. If any income or price is 1, that term is referred as numeric. And in this case, the budget line do not change. How the budget line do not change? For example, wait, I'll give you an example, and you just draw and see that the budget line change or not. Okay, consider x1 as 10. Okay, and x2 as what? Okay, how to find x1? M by P1 is equal to x1. Now what is M? 300. What is P1? 3. And what is x1 now? Or you do one thing, sorry. Okay, no, don't do like that. 3 Okay, 300, 320, 60, 3 into 3 to 6, 300, 3, oh, 60 and 6 into okay. See, now consider x1 as 60 units and x2 as 20 units, okay? And multiply or substitute x1 sub x1 as 60 and x2 as 20, okay? And draw budget line based on this equation, that is x1 as 60 and x2 as what, 20. Just draw budget line and just divide this by 3. What you will get? See, what is 60 by 3? You will get 20. What is what is 20 by 3? 6 point something you will get. 6.6 you will get. Then equal to 100. So if you just substitute x1 as 60 and x2 as 20 and draw the budget line for first equation and for second equation, the budget line remains same. It won't change. It won't change in the sense it won't shift or pivot. Okay, next topic is taxes, subsidies and rationing. Okay, there are different types of taxes: quantity tax, value tax, lump sum tax. Okay, what does mean by quantity tax? So imposing tax on quantity is known as quantity tax. For example, if taxes are imposed on good 1, then it is referred as P1 plus T. Or if taxes are imposed on good 2, then it is P2 plus T, not P1. That is quantity tax. So then the budget line will change as, if quantity tax imposed on good 1, then the budget line equation will be P1 plus T into x1, P1 plus T of x1 plus P2 x2 is equal to M. Or it can also be written as P1 x1 plus T x1 plus P2 x2 is equal to M. And value tax. Next is value tax. It is also called as ad valorem tax. Value tax is imposing tax on any one commodity, like good 1 or good 2, based on its value. If the value of that commodity is high, then the tax will be more on that commodity. Example, gold, diamond. This is example of value tax. Also, the budget line will changes according to this tax. And subsidy means it is like what benefits for the consumer. So the price, for example, if the price is ₹10 for good 1 and subsidy is 5, means then you have to pay just ₹5 for good 1 instead of paying ₹10. That is subsidy. Then the budget line will be what? P1 minus x of x1 plus P2 x2 is equal to M. If the government impose subsidy on good 1, the budget line equation will be what? P1 x1 minus x x1 plus P2 x2 is equal to M. Lump sum tax. What is lump sum tax? The lump sum tax, it only affects income, not price. Then in case of tax, your income will reduce. In case of subsidy, your income will increases. According to that, budget line will changes. Next topic is rationing. What does mean by rationing? Rationing means government is putting restrictions to the consumer to purchase only some amount of good even if the consumer has more money to purchase extra amount of goods beyond the restrictions, but consumer has to purchase only the limit whatever government has set up. For example, if consumer has the money to purchase 20 units of good one, but government restricted to purchase only 10 units, then consumer has to purchase only 10 units, not beyond that. That is called rationing. For example, ration rice, ration shop, getting rice from ration shop. That is the example for this rationing. See, this is diagram for rationed quantity. The x1 good is rationed rationed goods, and x2 is some other goods. Here the consumer used to purchase only up to x1 bar, not beyond that. Up to this much, the shaded portion, the consumer has to purchase only up to the portion which has shaded. If consumer can't buy beyond the x1 bar, that is called as lopped off area. People cannot buy this area, that is lopped off area, or people cannot buy the x1, that like x1 goods beyond x1 bar. That is the meaning of rationed. What is the meaning of rationing? If its food stamp is an example which comes under this rationing. Now suppose good X is food and consumer receives a food stamp from government to buy 5 units of food. It means that food stamp means they can purchase 5 units of food freely using that stamp. But price of X good is rupees 10 and price of Y good is rupees 5 and Y good is some other goods and M is income 100. So first we have to draw the budget line without food stamp. Okay, don't consider all this don't consider these budget line with the food stamp. First draw original budget line. Don't consider now food stamp. How to draw the original budget line? See, price of X good X is 10, price of good Y is 5. How to find X unit? M by what? M by Px. M is 100, Px is 10. So 100 by 10 you will get 10. So plot 10 on Y axis. Then how to find Y? M by Py. So M is 100, Py is 5. So 100 by 5 what you will get? 100 by 5 is 20. So plot 20 on the Y axis and join the line. You will get original budget line. Now you come to the question of food stamp. What is the worth of food stamp? 5 units. So till 5 units people are free to purchase food without paying any price. So now 5. Just plot the 0.5 units straight to 20 units because now people are purchasing 20 units of other goods and 5 units of food stamp. Okay, so just plot this line. Just plot the point that is 20 5 comma 20. 5 comma 20. How you will plot 5 comma 20? 5 is good X and 20 is other good Y, and just plot here. See, just plot on the near 20 and 5 and join the line. Next step is now consumer have ability to buy 50 units of food because 5 units is free, which is given by the government, and 10 units are consumer can purchase 10 units of food with their income. So what is 5 plus 10? 15. So just plot 15 and 20. Next is 15 comma 20 and just draw the line here. If you see here, just draw the line from this and you will get what food stamp, what this food stamp diagram. if you want, like, if this topic is not clear, if the food stamp topic is not clear or any other topic is not clear, let me know in the comment section. I'll explain that topic in other video. I think this video would be useful for you, also for the people who is preparing for CUT entrance or NET exam. Friends, like, who is preparing for the CUT exam or for NET exam, also who is reading this, who is watching this video, and if you have any doubt in this